Race 2 on the card is an MR92 handicap over 1,000 metres. The race due off at 1:30, first leg of the place accumulator. Only 7 runners carded to face the starter, but quite a tricky contest. Warren, they've priced up number 5, Kaysen, at 18-10. They're betting 9-2 bar 1. But I believe it's a lot more competitive than that. Kaysen has been sidelined since a disappointing run behind Bold Horizon on the 13th of December. He's certainly got all the form in the world. He's won his only start on the polytrack. But I just question the depth of his last 2 wins. On the 15th of November, he beat Wolfgang by 3 parts of a length. He was punished for that when he went up 6 pounds. And we know that Wolfgang didn't last too much longer in KZN and is now applying his trade in the Eastern Cape. So I know the 3-year-olds are getting older. He's a talented 3-year-old. His buy gave me the green light. He could run well fresh, coming off a short break. But I think this is a proper handicap. I don't think he represents any kind of value at 18-10. Maybe he is a place accumulator banker, but even that, I'm probably going to be putting 2 or 3 in here.
I found this race very hard to assess, and that probably doesn't help many. Kaysen, just to touch on him, I agree with you. I think he's vulnerable. Although he's 1 from 1 on the poly, I do believe he's vulnerable. We're not saying he can't win. As I said yesterday on air, horses, we don't say they can't win because they all can. But I think he's vulnerable, like you. I'm not so convinced about Kaysen. But if he happens to win, I'll be the first to congratulate the team. Wayward is a 5-time winner, but he hasn't won for 644 days. Ziva Lewinter shows some pace and has some form to be concerned. Damatio and Cold Hard Cash, 6-time winner and 8-time winner respectively. It's a tough race, hard to assess. What I can tell you about Cold Hard Cash is that we've had this race earmarked for him for some time. Whether he wins or he runs last, the fact is we've had this race earmarked for him for some time. We were lucky to get draw 1. He's fantastic over the course and distance. He is well held by quite a few of them, it's particularly Damatio on form. So he's not going to have it his own way, but he goes well for Muzi Yeni. He goes well over this course and distance. He is well. We were lucky to get the right draw, and this race has been earmarked for him, but that's all I can tell you.
Well, I think you can look forward to another very genuine performance from Cold Hard Cash. As you said, his course and distance form speaks for itself. 4 starts, 3 wins and a third. He is held at the weights by number 2, Damatio, who's also a polytrack specialist and is drawn right alongside Cold Hard Cash. So purely at the weights on their very best form, Damatio should finish in front of Cold Hard Cash. Zevela Winter, I think, will appreciate coming back in trip from his last 2 1,200-meter starts. He's also a 3-year-old like Kaysen, hard-knocking 3-year-old. Both his wins have been on the polytrack, so he's well suited to the surface. Wayward, I know it's been a long time between drinks, but he's threatening to win, and his only run over the 1,000 metres on the polytrack yielded a runner-up berth. I think Travelling Light might find the going a little tough here, and for me, although carrying a low mass, the jury's still out at number 7, Here Comes the Rain. I am expecting a bit of improvement. So I think it's competitive. I think 5 Kaysen is probably a worthy favourite. Whether he should be 18-10 and they're betting 9-2 by 1, of that I'm not certain. Personally, I think it's more competitive than that. I think there's some value to be had about the likes of Cold Hard Cash, Damatio, Wayward, etc. It's a tricky little race. It's not cut and dried. I personally believe you need to put 2 or 3 into the place accumulator.
Okay, and what are your 2 and 3? Share those with us if you've decided. I know it's early yet, but who are the 2 or 3?
I'm going to put in Cold Hard Cash, Damatio, and Kaysen. I might even throw in Wayward and make it 4. Rather make sure that I double or even possibly triple up. Okay,
there's Graham's numbers, 1, 2, 5, 4. Tough race, hard to assess in my opinion, hard to see how it's going to unfold, but naturally I'll be hoping for Cold Hard Cash to be in the money.